So let me ask you something. What if your greatest achievement, your masterpiece, happens when you're almost 80? Sounds pretty wild, right? Well, today we're diving into the astonishing story of an American icon who did exactly that. Her name was Grandma Moses, and her story is just incredible.
So let's really think about this for a second. I mean, what if the best part of your life, the thing you're going to be known for, hasn't even started yet? Imagine, it's just waiting for you, but it's not going to kick off until you're in your late 70s, after you've already lived a whole other life. It's a crazy thought.
You see, the person we're talking about, she never went to art school, not a single class. She had zero formal training. And you know what's funny? That lack of training is exactly what ended up making her art so special, so unique.
In fact, her life couldn't have been further from the typical artist's. For almost 80 years, it was just relentless hard work. We're talking tough farm chores, raising a big family, a life of labor from the time she was a girl all the way into her old age.
Right, so before she became this world-famous artist, Grandma Moses, she was just Mary Robertson Moses. And her first 77 years, well, they were really something else.
Just think about this timeline for a minute. She was born way back in 1860, one of 10 kids. By the time she was just 12 years old, she had to leave home to go work for other families as a hired girl. She got married, raised 10 children of her own, but faced absolute heartbreak, losing 5 of them in infancy. For nearly 80 years, her life was defined by work and survival. Art just wasn't part of the picture.
But then, something happened. Something small, really. A physical problem that a lot of older folks deal with. But that one little thing forced a change, and it accidentally kicked off this whole new chapter in her life. A chapter that absolutely no one saw coming.
So get this, it all started with arthritis. She loved doing embroidery, but her hands just started to hurt too much to hold the needle. So, at age 78, her sister suggested, hey, why not try painting? Holding a paintbrush would be easier. And she wasn't trying to become a star, not at all. She was just selling these little paintings for a few bucks at the local drugstore, right there next to her homemade jams. It was pure dumb luck that an art collector happened to be passing through town and glanced in that window.
And this collector, a man named Louis Caldor, he was just hooked. He basically went on a treasure hunt trying to find every other painting she'd made. He found 14 of them at the local county fair, and he bought them all. Every single one. Right then and there. So you gotta wonder, right? What was it about these paintings? What did this art collector and soon the whole world see in the work of this elderly farm wife? But what they saw was pure, authentic American folk art. See, she didn't paint what she was looking at. She painted what she remembered. Her art wasn't about getting the perspective just right or using fancy techniques. It was all about feeling. It was like she was pulling these vivid stories right out of her heart and putting them onto the canvas.
And her canvases, wow, they're like these little time machines, showing a version of country life that was already starting to fade away. You could just feel the energy of it all. People making maple syrup in the spring, having these big, joyful barn dances, and taking sleigh rides through the snow. All that good stuff.
The art critics were fascinated. They said her paintings just pulsed with life. And I love this one description a critic gave. Joyful, detailed chaos. Isn't that perfect? It's so true. You look at her work and there are dozens of tiny little people, all busy, all doing their own thing. The whole scene is just bustling with energy. And the way she actually made her art was totally her own, too. You know, art schools teach all these strict rules about perspective and all that. She just ignored it. She painted what felt right. She wasn't using expensive artist-grade materials. She used whatever she had around, like leftover house paint and old wood boards. While the formal art world obsessed over technique, she was focused on just one thing: telling a good story. And that unique, authentic vision was what took her from being a local curiosity in a drugstore window to a full-blown American icon.
And man, her rise to fame was fast, incredibly fast. Her very first solo show in New York City was in 1940. Within just a few years, her art was everywhere. You couldn't miss it. It was on Christmas cards, calendars. She became a household name. We're talking President Truman giving her an award. And on her 100th birthday, the entire state of New York celebrated Grandma Moses Day. Unbelievable.
And if you needed any more proof that she was a true American icon, here it is. The great Norman Rockwell, another artist who just got America, painted her for the cover of the Saturday Evening Post. I mean, that's like the ultimate stamp of approval.
But you know what?
Through all the fame, she stayed so down to earth. She was still that practical farm wife. I love this story where an interviewer asked her if it pained her to sell one of her beloved paintings. And she just said, straight up, no, I'd rather see the money. You just gotta love that honesty.
So, when you look back at this incredible story, what's the real lesson here? What's the enduring legacy that Grandma Moses left behind?
Well, for one thing, just look at this number. After she started painting at age 78, she created over 1,500 paintings. Over 1,500! She died when she was 101, a celebrated artist who is painting almost to the very end.
And this chart really puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? Her life before painting, 78 years. Her entire artistic career, the thing that made her famous, was just 23 years. She built a whole legacy from scratch in that second life of hers. It's just astonishing.
But I think her core message was one of pure empowerment. She truly believed that creativity wasn't some special gift for a chosen few. Her whole philosophy is right here in her own words. Anybody can paint that wants to paint. That's it. It was that simple to her.
Her life is just this powerful, undeniable proof that you're never too old and your past doesn't define your future. She showed the world that a true, authentic voice can come from the most unexpected places at the most unexpected time. And so, the story of Grandma Moses leaves us all with one final, really inspiring thought. It's never, ever too late to pick up that brush. So the question is, what masterpiece is waiting inside you?